Even though the criticisms of Doja Cat being in a relationship or involved with Cyrus are valid, Doja Cat isn't wrong when she is pushing back on fans and saying that she doesn't know them. We need to have a conversation about parasocial relationships and how it has gotten completely out of control. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. So what's going on, you all? I am a little bit disappointed, but I think this is a much needed conversation. Doja Cat has been, talked about over the last, couple of weeks because of the person she's in a relationship with or rumored to be dating. She's dating this comedian named Cyrus, and all of the things with Doja Cat's personal life are starting to bleed into her career, and fans are just not happy about it. So this person that she's in a relationship with is a comedian, and people have accused him of being a groomer. They have also named that he has cheated on Doja Cat, and he has done some very nasty things to other women. Things I can't talk about on this platform, but if you type in Cyrus, Doja Cat, all this stuff will come up on your search engine. Doja Cat pushing back to her fans and saying that she doesn't know them, and the response of them being hurt by how she's moving is valid. So Doja Cat has been getting her butt tagged online. She's been getting ate up. The fans have been dragging her. A couple of Twitter accounts that have been just fan pages for her, posting news and updates about her, have now deactivated because Doja Cat seems to not want to get out of this relationship with Cyrus. And the fans are just not happy, especially after all the tea that's been dropping. And Doja Cat has been blocking fans for, commenting on her Instagram and tweeting her about it. She's actually been DMing fans and responding to them. And any type of criticism, she's blocking them. And, the folks are hurt, the fans are hurt, and, they said, hey, the kittens are upset. That's what Doja Cat fans call themselves, the kittens. And Doja Cat says, I don't know y'all. Like, I don't know y'all. And this is something that I've mentioned a couple of times about like parasocial relationships. And I think this is something that unfortunately a lot of us, including myself, are guilty of. And we have to be aware of that because it's not healthy. It's really not healthy. We can't pick and choose when we want parasocial relationships and when we don't want parasocial relationships, because it all works really, really good when you are selling product and you're selling, merchandise, you're selling, you're just like selling yourself, like tickets, performances and stuff. That stuff you enjoy because you're making profit off of it. But when these folks start, critiquing your personal life and things that you're doing, you're not a fan of it. And it's quite interesting watching celebrities, like respond and say stuff like this, considering that y'all have benefited so much from these parasocial relationships and things, and now you're only calling it out because you don't agree with what's being said. For those who do not know what a parasocial relationship is, the term parasocial interaction was introduced in the 1950s by the social scientists Donald Horton and R. Richard Hole. It was the early days of home television, and they were seeing people develop an intimate sense of relationship with the actors who were appearing virtually in their home. So this was in the 1950s. So as much as people want to say that, oh, this is a new term, this is something y'all just came up with, this was something that was talked about in the 1950s, and it's very interesting because the TV was like brand new, like seeing like moving pictures, something like that, just right in front of your face was something new. And you're seeing these actors and stuff, playing characters, and now you're falling in love with them and you love their character, and you love the actors so much that brands recognize that, which is why they commercials and stuff have actors, people that we like we see, oh, such and such is drinking this product, or they're smoking this and that. It makes us unfortunately want to purchase these products or associate some type of kindness or some type of goodness because of the people that we care about, the people we have these parasocial relationships with, are next to these products and stuff. So it works. This is one of the things that makes me want to go back to school for psychology and sociology, because the human brain and just our social, like how we move around, is just so fascinating to me. That's why I take this conversation about Doja Cat like serious, because Doja Cat is not wrong. Like, yes, the criticism about who she's in a relationship with is messed up. Like, this person has been called out for all of these harmful things. And this is not like, oh, he said such and such 2 years ago, or he did this and that. These are some very serious things that he's been accused of. And Doja Cat, has a history of, girl, you and white men, y'all, girl, you just got out of the situation where the girls was dragging you for being in these chat rooms, and the girls were saying that you were showing your feet, while these, white people were saying all type of nasty racist things and stuff. Like, you was a part of that. You pulled they said you were farting in the chat rooms and all of that. And it's just, Doja Cat likes white men. Like, that's why one of the songs that she has, N-word things, I can't listen to it. I'm like, Doja Cat, you don't even date black men. You like, but you know they have these black men in your music videos, but you ain't dating no black man. But Doja Cat and her pushback to the fans, telling them that she isn't aware of them, she doesn't know them, and as much as it's messed up, it's not wrong. Now, we can have a conversation about how Doja Cat is moving. Yes, Doja Cat has a right to say, I don't know y'all, like y'all don't know me, but there's a way that she could do it. Like, people do appreciate her music. They do purchase it. They buy tickets and stuff and all the other stuff. And she could be a little bit kinder and say, hey, you know what? My love life is messed up, or whatever. She can stay off of Twitter. She can stay off of Instagram, because you can tell it bothers her. As much as Doja Cat wants to say and act as if these celebrities do it, they want to act as though they're not online. Let me tell you something. These celebrities are not special. Yes, they have more money than a lot of us and more resources than a lot of us. But unfortunately, a lot of us are addicted to social media to some way, shape, or form. We enjoy social media. Our lives move around it. And a lot of our lives move around social media. Even a lot of commentary and things that are happening that we see in the news and stuff is usually things that are happening online, and more information and stuff is being talked about it. So Doja Cat, she's online, she's seeing the conversation, she's seeing the tweets, and her blocking the fans and saying this is just unnecessary. Like, you're telling your fans to go touch grass and do all this other stuff when you are on Instagram, Twitter, all like tiny chats and all that. Like, you are online as much as everybody else. So you can just not see these things. Yes, we could do a better job. Someone who is like, consuming these artists, we could enjoy their music, buy the tickets, and move on. But unfortunately, how consumerism works, how capitalism works, we are kind of programmed and being forced to have these parasocial relationships with these artists and stuff. And these folks know it. A lot of folks have been doing it. A lot of artists, celebrities have been doing it. They have, they'll follow like specific fan pages and stuff that are posting things about them. They will speak to their fans. They will recognize the names that they call themselves. So, it's not anything new. It's not anything new, but celebrities have been profiting off of that for a long time. And now social media is here, and we're seeing this move on Twitter where, we need to know where you stand on specific things. Like, if you're following an account that is very conservative and saying nasty things about trans folks or queer people, or is saying stuff about taking away reproductive rights. Yes, like the fans gonna say, hey girl, you're following this page, what's the tea? But we need to know what's your politic. And this has not really been something that has been done in the past, but it's happening now. Like, we are very much paying attention to who these celebrities are around, who they follow, and what they have to say on specific things. And celebrities have to appear to be knowledgeable on all of these things. They have to be aware, which is, even their private lives, they have to perform. They have to perform in order to be able to sell, in order to be marketable. Doja Cat, like, girl, this is the reason why you're able to have, you know, big deals and all this other stuff. Yes, it is annoying, but y'all do play into it. Y'all do play into it a lot. Even with y'all selling, you know, tickets and use code CATS or something, not something that she's done, but y'all play into that. Y'all play onto it because it makes y'all profits. So yes, Doja Cat, you are, you know, tired of it and all that other stuff. You need to move in a specific way that you are disconnecting yourself from that. But you honestly can't. You probably can't, because the powers that be, the label and everything else you signed to, it's probably telling that you can't do that because they're forcing you to interact. Like, we even have labels now telling artists to make TikToks, to post TikToks, to do things. Like, they're telling them, you need to have a social media following. You need to be active on social media. So much that we recognize when artists like change their profile pictures to black, or they post a black square or something. Oh, such and such is coming. Like, they working on something. They must gonna drop an album. Like, they know it. Y'all play into that. We've seen people do that. We've seen artists do this time and time again. And, you know, as much as y'all want to push back on it, y'all are also responsible for it. And just like this article that I was reading from The Atlantic, they say an emotional connection between fans and celebrities is good business. Encourages people to consume more entertainment and buy more celebrity endorsed products in order to feel close to their fictional friends. Many celebrities will even directly sell personal parasocial interactions through companies such as Cameo. Cameo reached out to me a while back. I have never done a Cameo, ever. I've never recorded, never taken any money to do a video. Every once in a while I get an email and somebody say, hey, can you record a video to say happy birthday to my friend? And I will reach out to them, and if at the time I'll record it and I'll send it. But that's not something I'm selling. I mean, to be transparent, there are some other things that I do that would be leaning into that. Even when I, in my video, I say, y'all have a good weekend, love y'all, da 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 da. Even when I do my Patreon videos, they're a little bit more personal. I'm talking about my love life, I'm talking about my relationships, I'm talking about my dating, I'm talking about family and all that other stuff. And sometimes I've been saying for a while, since I've been doing Patreon is a little bit like my diary. But when I first started doing YouTube, it was somewhat of my diary, and I miss those days I used to do that. And I know I can't give out a lot of stuff because it'll be somebody who I'm dating or talking to, and they will go and search and look at things that I have said and thinking I'm talking about them. So much that I don't even talk about. Like, I just don't even have conversations about like what am I doing. But you know, Patreon allows me to do it behind a paywall. But that's profiting off of that. And a lot of folks look at it as entertainment. I appreciate that because I am funny when it comes to storytelling and all that other stuff. But I do make sure to always remember that, you know, although I love entertaining my audience and people who enjoy my content, I have to remember that these people, I do not know them. And I am not a perfect person. And that's something that I always have to make sure that it's being known that I am not a perfect person. There's going to be things that I'm going to do that you do not like. There's going to be stuff that you don't agree with and all that, but I'm still going to be me at the end of the day. So also in this article in The Atlantic, they say, my purpose here is not to say that parasocial interactions are always bad for you or even abnormal. Rather, it is to suggest that heavy parasocial bonding might be a signal that you are crowding out the real people who give you the love you truly need. So I definitely agree with that. Be more mindful of the people that you can touch and love, who are there to support you and who can touch you and hug you and all the other things, because those are important. I definitely find that very hard when I'm around friends who are also content creators or, you know, have a following that will be in a space and they will be on their phones the whole time. Like they'll be scrolling through Twitter, Instagram, and I'm just like, we're all sitting amongst each other. We need to be enjoying this moment around each other. Like we need to put our phones down. And sometimes, unfortunately, some people don't like when you say, hey, like, can we just like put our phones down? But that's me trying to connect with people who I am in direct connection with. Like I can touch them, I can hug them, I can go see them. And I value those times. So it's definitely important. But there's so many parasocial relationships that we see online all the time. For example, Nicki Minaj fans, the Barbs, like are really, really known to have some of the most disgusting, you know, parasocial relationships with Nicki Minaj. Like I wish that they could understand how messed up they are. They are like, girl, this is a very unhealthy relationship that y'all have. And Nicki Minaj is one of those who plays into that. She plays into how she talks to them. She follows fan pages who are attacking artists and other folks that she doesn't like, tweeting things, agreeing with her. She rewards them by following them. She rewards them by having them on, you know, a Instagram live or something with her like that, so she can have this almost like this connection, but it's still through a screen. But these folks feel like, oh my gosh, she's recognizing me. And even you have accounts that will say, oh, Nicki Minaj follows me or such and such follows me, and it's just, girl, this, like Nicki Minaj and celebrities know that. They know that these accounts will do that, and other accounts will, you know, act on the chance of said celebrity following them and rewarding them with that interaction. And there's been examples of how it gets harmful. So last year sometime, I think it was like August or September, Kim Foster from Fort Harriet had said some things about Nicki Minaj, just a slight mild criticism, and her fans attacked her, Nicki Minaj fans attacked her, leaked her phone number, leaked her address and all this type of stuff. It was very disgusting, and Kimberly was getting harassed for a while. Now, I've never dealt with anything to that magnitude, but I have had my phone number leaked online like a while back. And these celebrities know that these fans will do that for them. They don't have to tell them to do it, but they do that in the chance of having even a closer connection to this celebrity who they have a parasocial relationship with. And it's really sad, to be honest. Girl, I can't tell y'all how bad it is. I just can't. So I say all that to say that even though Doja Cat's relationship with Cyrus is very questionable, she's not wrong for wanting her space and saying that she doesn't know these fans, like she doesn't know them. She's not wrong for that. But she's also wrong to be in a relationship with somebody who is as harmful as Cyrus is. And I don't think the fans are, you know, wrong to say, hey, you know, like this is not cool, like this is not right. And that's one thing I will say I respect about the fans of Doja Cat, is that there really are calling out her being in a relationship with this man. Like they're saying, no girl, like this is not acceptable. Like I can't stand for you. Now, there's some other fan bases, you know, who's one specific one who have no issue with who their fave is in a relationship with or who they have harmed in the past, even to the point that they would make up lies to support why they still stand said artists. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole topic. Let me know what you think about parasocial relationships and how you are dealing with them. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.